Hi, I'm Erin and I'm in the kitchen.
And today I am making peach cobbler. Can't be from Georgia and not have a peach cobbler recipe. So, yeah, jumping right into it. Y'all, I peeled this one for y'all, but I normally do not peel my peaches when they go into the thing. I just peeled it just to show y'all. But, it makes them more slippery and then you're more likely to cut yourself with uh your peaches and things like this. So, just gonna let's see. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do this because it's my first time making peach cobbler since I've been in Europe. And these peaches, as you can see, the pit is very small. So I'm not used to working with this kind of peach. I'm used to Georgia peaches. And that's why you leave the skin on. You see how I was able to just do that? Yeah. And now this I can cut it like I got some scent. If anybody knows like an easier method to core these peaches, because I certainly don't. I don't know like a proper method to do this. I'm just kind of winging it. I'm glad I tasted these because these are not as sweet as Georgia peaches. Peach cobblers are a thing that you have to really hurry and do because stone fruit season is right now. And after it's over, you won't get any really good peaches. To do this, of course, you can use the canned peaches, but I feel like everybody can taste when you use the canned peach, or you can use the frozen peaches. But frozen peaches are gonna release a whole lot of water into your recipe, so you'll have to adjust for that. This is like a struggle bus over here for me. And I was just thinking, oh, I'm gonna make some peach cobbler sweet rolls. But the way I'm struggling getting these freaking things just cut and peeled, this might be the last time you see peaches on here, okay? Now, after 50 billion years of me, that annoyed me, y'all. That got on my nerve. After 50 billion years of me cutting these peaches, now we can go ahead and go onto the stove top. So, I need a small bowl so I can measure out my stuff before I start putting stuff in there. Let me see if I can get all of my ingredients that are going inside of my peaches into this bowl. Sorry for those of you that triggers, but you'll be all right. So first, I'm going in with 100 grams of white sugar into my little bowl. Then I'm gonna go in with 50 grams of my brown sugar, 14 grams of cornstarch. This has a thickening agent, 100 ml of water just because I think I need it. Yeah. Plus I need something to activate the cornstarch. Cornstarch needs moisture and heat. All right. And then I'm gonna go in with my dry ingredients here. Inside on top of my peaches, and we're gonna cook that up. I'm going in with a splash of vinegar only because I forgot to buy lemons. It's white vinegar, of course, the same kind that you would use to clean your fruits and veggies. And I'm gonna let these cook down and get thick. But while we're at it, I'm gonna add some simple summer-friendly warm seasonings or warming spices into here. So I'm gonna go in with ginger. I'm gonna go in with cinnamon. That's 2 tablespoons of ginger right there. Now I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. About 4 teaspoons of salt. And we're gonna let these cook down. And first of all, there's gonna be a syrup that develops, which is already starting. But our fruit is gonna cook down and it's also gonna brown. So I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit so they can work on that without burning. And then I'm gonna get into my ingredients for my crust. You see how the sauce has already started down there? Yeah, it's not gonna take a long time to do its thing. I'm just gonna cover this up and I'll come back to that. All right, now let's make our crust for our cobbler. Going in with 180 grams of flour. It's all-purpose flour, by the way. Going in with 100 ml of water, but I'll wait a second for that. Before that, I'm gonna add 4 grams of salt. And then 14 grams of baking soda. To marry the crust with our peaches, I'm gonna add the same spices that I added. To make sure that the flavor is cohesive and you don't have a bready dough that doesn't taste like anything. So let's say 2 tablespoons of each. I'm gonna add more cinnamon. And we added the water in the beginning, so while we were adding our fruit and things, that nothing was burning while we were trying to work on other stuff. Okay, that cooked up pretty quickly. I'm gonna take these, you can't see how brown they are, so I'm gonna turn these off and just let them sit here for a second while I'm getting my dough together. Okay, so to our wet mix, I'm adding 100 ml of water into that. And I'm adding 250 ml of heavy whipping cream into my wet batter base here. Done with the scale now. Gonna give everything a good mix. Into our, oh, you can see on the camera now, I think. Let's see. I need to wipe the lens off a little bit. Yeah, you can see that the peaches are a little bit brown and our syrup is made here. So I'm gonna just stick this into my pie dish in just a second. Not my pie dish, but my baking dish here. Into the bottom of the baking dish, I am going to add 120 ml of butter. 150 ml. Gosh, 150 ml. Not 120, 150. If you heard 120, it's probably because something's wrong with your speakers, and not because something's wrong with me. Okay, I'm going in with our batter. It should look like this, right? Like a thick pancake consistency. I might even add a little bit more water. Okay, I added just a teeny weeny splash of water in there. I'm gonna incorporate that. You just wanna make sure that you have it spread out in your dish. Yeah, you just wanna kind of make sure it spreads out in your dish so the crust goes everywhere. All right, and our peaches are gonna go right on top of that. So just like with classical cobblers, this is going to, our crust is going to rise on top of our fruit. But we're gonna help it out just a little bit by spacing out our fruit in our dish here. This is gonna bake in the oven for 50 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. My God. This is 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 minutes, or 190 degrees Celsius for 50 minutes. It is going to be so good, so easy, and I will see you all for the taste test. It is time for the good old taste test. And I'm ready to get into this peach cobbler. Oh, y'all, this tastes like I'm back in the US. Just need some vanilla ice cream. 10 out of 10 peach cobbler. Absolute must try. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao.